Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. Buckle up because the NFL offseason never sleeps. And this year, it's been especially intense with rumors flying around like crazy. But one story that's really caught everyone's attention is the possibility of the Seattle Seahawks making a bold move, trading their star running back, Kenneth Walker, to the Washington Commanders. Yes, you heard that right. The Seahawks, a team known for their strategic moves, are reportedly considering trading Walker, and the Commanders might just be the perfect destination for him. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would Seattle do that? Well, let's dive deep into the details and try to understand the bigger picture here. First, you need to understand where both teams are coming from. The Seahawks, coming off a somewhat tumultuous season, are navigating a lot of questions. They've got a new quarterback, Sam Darnold, making his debut, and while all eyes are on him, the real question mark in Seattle's backfield has been Kenneth Walker. Walker, a guy with incredible potential, flashed some serious playmaking ability last season, but injury issues and questions about his durability have made Seattle a little wary about extending him long-term. The team is at a crossroads, trying to balance their ambitions of contending now with the need to manage their cap space and roster flexibility for the future. And that's where the trade market comes into play. On the other hand, the Washington Commanders are riding high after a fantastic 2024 season, finishing 12-5 and making their first deep playoff run since 1991. That's right, it's been over 3 decades since the Commanders reached the NFC Championship game, and this team is hungry for more. Led by their dynamic rookie quarterback Jayden Daniels, who threw for over 500 yards and 25 touchdowns, and added nearly 900 yards on the ground, Washington is building a potent offense. The young quarterback's emergence has sparked hope among fans and analysts alike that this team could be on the verge of something special. And with Terry McLaurin hauling in 13 touchdowns and a revamped defense under Dan Quinn, the NFC East is shaping up to be even more competitive this season. Now the key question is, how does Kenneth Walker fit into all of this? Well, it turns out that Washington's backfield might be facing some uncertainties. Brian Robinson Jr., who has been a solid contributor, is potentially being traded, which leaves a big gap in their running game. Adding Walker could be the perfect solution, an explosive, versatile back who can take over the workload and bring a new dimension to Washington's offense. Imagine him lining up behind Daniels, creating mismatches, and keeping defenses honest. That's exactly the kind of upgrade Washington needs if they want a challenge for a Super Bowl title. And from Seattle's perspective, trading Walker before his rookie deal expires makes strategic sense. The team has Zach Charbonnet emerging as a promising back, and his numbers last season were impressive. Charbonnet, with 135 carries for 569 yards and 8 rushing touchdowns, showed power and balance, especially with his ability to gain yards after contact. He's a versatile back who can be a reliable starter, and the Seahawks might see Walker's injury history and inconsistent production as factors that justify trading him now to maximize value. Plus, Walker's injury at the end of 2024, which put him on IR with an ankle injury, has raised red flags. His yards per carry dipped from 4.6 in 2022 to just 3.7 in 2024, and durability remains a concern. Considering the NFL's history with running backs who have high usage but durability issues, Seattle might prefer to cash in on Walker's high trade value while they can, rather than risk losing him for nothing in free agency or having his value drop due to injuries. Now, let's talk about what a deal might look like. The Seahawks, knowing they're not going to keep Walker long-term if they don't extend him, could ask for a draft pick, probably a third-rounder in 2026 or a swap in 2027. That pick could help them rebuild or add depth elsewhere on the roster. For Washington, acquiring Walker would give them a true feature back, complementing Brian Robinson Jr., and making their offense even more explosive. It's a win-win scenario. Seattle gets a draft asset, and Washington gets a proven playmaker who could accelerate their Super Bowl aspirations. But it's not just about immediate needs. The timing plays a crucial role here. If Walker starts the season strong and stays healthy, his trade value could reach its peak. Seattle might see that as the perfect moment to make a move. They can present Walker as a high-upside, low-risk player in the final year of his rookie deal, and if they get a good draft pick in return, it sets them up nicely for the future. Meanwhile, Washington, with their win-now mindset, would be eager to add a dynamic back to help push them over the top. And let's not forget the context of the NFC East. The division is stacked with talented teams, and every upgrade counts. The Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, they're all loaded with talent, and Washington needs to elevate their roster to stay competitive. Adding Kenneth Walker would definitely help. It's not just about adding another player, it's about making a statement that the Commanders are serious about contending, about making a run at the Super Bowl, and about establishing themselves as a dominant force in the NFC once again. Now, I know some fans might be skeptical about trading away a young, promising star like Walker, but you have to consider the bigger picture. The NFL is a business, and sometimes, smart trades can set a team up for long-term success. Seattle, by trading Walker now, can avoid the risk of losing him for nothing if his injury issues persist or if his production declines. Washington, on the other hand, gets a player who can make an immediate impact, boosting their chances this season and beyond. The potential trade also highlights how aggressive the Commanders have been this offseason. They've been willing to shake things up, make bold moves, and build a roster that's capable of competing at the highest level. With the right pieces, they could be a dark horse in the NFC, and adding a player like Walker might be the missing piece that pushes them into real Super Bowl contention. It's a gamble, sure, but one that could pay off big time if everything clicks. In conclusion, folks, this potential trade between Seattle and Washington is a fascinating storyline to watch. It's about managing roster needs, cap space, and maximizing value at the right moment. It's about a team like Seattle trying to recoup draft capital while assessing Walker's long-term viability, and a team like Washington trying to add a dynamic piece to finally break through and compete for the crown. The NFL offseason is full of surprises, and this could be one of the biggest if it comes to fruition. So stay tuned, keep your eyes on the news, and get ready for what could be an exciting season ahead for the Washington Commanders. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you think it makes sense for your team? Would you be excited to see Kenneth Walker in the burgundy and gold? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Washington Commanders. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. This offseason is just getting started, and there's plenty more to come. Thanks for being with us, and as always, let's keep the passion alive for our team. Go Commanders!